Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 15 with your host Hardtruck1. Hello! So, in where we last left off, we just purchased a few more items for the farm. So we purchased an animal transport trailer. I looked, there's nothing any better than what we've got, so I couldn't find any, like cattle trucks with pots on them, or what I mean by pots is it's the kind of like a Mack truck, to say the least. Not really. Oh, kind of like the semi truck, but with this actually on the back of it, with the actual, that's what they call a cattle pot. Truck, but I couldn't find one of those. There was a pack of these, but some of the stuff that was in that pack was way too big for our farm. So we're just gonna have to stick with the little truck and the little Steyr and the that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this stuff to the field, or to the house. Wow, hold on. Game sounds is like way low for some reason. Why? Ah, okay. Turn them up just a bit. There we go. Okay, we can hear it now. Wrong one. So yeah, so we've got the trailer here. We've got the little Steyr that can pull the trailer around. We've got the big tractor that can pull the baler and stuff, and everything. Although we could probably come back and get that with this little vehicle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this out front by the... Okay, this little tractor may be a bit small for it. We just got to go around corners a little easier. I think other than that, I think it can pull it okay. We'll park it out here. We'll park the trailer out here by the truck. Find the right gear. I think we're going to back it up. Just like that. We'll get the baler with this guy. I think we'll park the baler up by the mower. Yes, I know I ran with the red stop sign. Whoop-de-doo. Ain't no cops on this place anyway. So at a later date, we'll probably get... At a later date, we'll probably get a bigger, we'll get the other baler as well, the big square baler. But I think what I want to do is I want to try to make, I want to not spend too much more money, other than what we have to spend, which I don't think we're going to have to spend too much more of the sawmill's money. Because I think we're pretty much... I think we're pretty much done purchasing a lot. Yeah, this little tractor has one heck of a steering in it. A really short steering base. I'm used to the large one that doesn't have the big steering, or that doesn't have the short steering base. Now I know I could have just cut across the field, but I think what we need to do is we need to purchase at least 2 more items. And these are going to be big items. In fact, these are going to be placeable items. I think we're going to go ahead and just stick with the in-game garden stuff, because I could not find anything that was worthwhile. Now, one, why are we purchasing these? Well, we have a daily up cost, or a daily cost to our regional machines here, okay? What we need to do is we need to have something that can offset the cost of our maintenance on all of this equipment. So, what I'm going to do is purchase a couple of, because we have the capacity for manure, I think, right now. Oh, hey, there's a bale way over there. Freaky, I'll have to come back and get that. And the best thing about this Steyr is this Steyr also has the front loader capability. So we could almost use this little guy for small things like that and everything, and then that way we don't have to tie up our big tractor a whole lot. I think I'm going to park the little tractor right here. This is a nice little area for it to be parked. Alright, so let's step over here and grab the big tractor. Alright. Massey Ferguson. We'll go in here and grab the weight real quick. I'm sure with that cedar we're going to need it even on this one. Whee! Not what I wanted. Alright, so let's head to town with this tractor. Well, we'll head over to the shop with this tractor. I'll pick up the cedar. We'll bring the cedar back, get it parked in its cozy little abode. And then I think I'll go ahead and we'll purchase the things on camera. We'll figure out what we want to plant next. I believe, like I said, I think I'm going to do all four, actually, of the crops. So that way we have... I think kind of sets this down a little bit on the rear. But that's okay. That's okay. This is actually a lot better for us because of two reasons. One, since we don't have quite the big fields yet. I mean, we don't have like that field or that field right there just yet. This is going to be more than enough to plant all of our crops. All of our crops. So we won't technically have to update, or we technically won't have to upgrade our cedar here for a long time. Now my only downfall with this one, see, we still might not even have, I mean, this tractor will work, but I might either have to get a heavier weight, which this is, what weight is this? This is the 700K. I might have to go up to the 1000K to keep our little tractor here from getting overbalanced. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave this tractor hooked up to this one. Hooked up to this for now. So let's get our buildings ordered. And what I mean by ordered is, I mean, we'll buy them. So we want, I think we're going to go with, all right. Why do we have these? Okay, so yeah, we're going to go with 1 tomato. We buy it. We're going to go out here. Why can't I place this on here? Okay, so we can't place them out there. So we're going to have to place them out here in the grass, which is going to be weird. Alright, so we want the... I wish there was a way like to be like right click and rotate it, or rotate it with the mouse wheel, or have a little bit there we go. Have a little bit more finer control over the movement of stuff. I think we'll go right there. Okay. Now we're gonna buy us a lettuce greenhouse. We're gonna try to put it in that same orientation. Yeah, you know what? If it's a little off, I guess. There we go. Alright. We're done buying those. Now, like I said, the reason why we're buying those is for 2 reasons. The first reason is that we want those to be able to offset the cost of the maintenance. So, right now, let's look at our financial statement. Our maintenance, so we have vehicle running costs and property maintenance. So these 2 are going to be the most expensive. So yesterday we had 1,600. We had 1,600 there, 1,300 or $13 there. Friday we had that. So this is the reason why I kind of want to try to get the something in place to kind of overshadow this. So this right here, plus maybe even our livestock expenses, because we're running into an area, we're running into a situation where we may, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead, just because. Let's look. Oh, not there. No. Oh, trucks. Let's look at this. Okay, so this truck right here. So this one does water and milk. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just purchase this truck. And then that way we can... That way we have the ability to deliver our milk whenever we want, because it's got a large tank. And this one we can use for water, and we don't have to worry about emptying it every time. We don't have to worry about emptying it every time we need to use it for milk. We have a dedicated truck. Yes, it might be a little overkill for the start here. It might be just a bit overkill for the start, but you know what? I think it'll work. I think we'll be fine. Our farm is up enough. Our farm is running enough that we can possibly get stuff like that. So now we don't have to worry about emptying this truck. We can just refill it. We can refill it with water, not worry too much about if, you know, there's a little bit left in it and everything. Because since we don't have to worry, since we have the other milk truck, because since we actually have the milk truck, we're good. We'll be fine now. We're going to run some water over here to our plants, and that actually might be where I parked this thing now, is over by the greenhouses, so that way we know we don't need to use this one for water, or for milk. We'll park the milk truck out front though. For some reason my computer's really laggy. I haven't figured that one out yet. Hop out the gate. Come down here, fill these up with water. Now you might have to ignore the fact that you might be able to see a little bit of the grass up out of the ground a little. But hopefully that won't happen. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. Alright, so now that one's full. Huh? What? Did I take the water out of here? No. Okay, so that's really interesting. So somewhere along right here. Right here. Huh. Touche, map developers. Touche. You kind of forgot to get rid of a water source right there. Oh, come on, reverse. Spinning on the grass. Okay, so let's hop over and grab our milk truck because we need it. Don't we? We'll have to lock the front and rears together because it's not running quite as easy as it should. Did it say show marker? Huh. Okay, weird. Wrong button. It has a show marker on it, but it doesn't have a, it doesn't say what the marker is. That's kind of weird. Okay. Alright, so now let's go take care of the newer. I think we can do the Steyr. I'm gonna go ahead and close those. We'll be going out those anyway. So let's go grab the Steyr. So I guess since we can't use the front field as that, I guess we'll go ahead and just use it as a part of our grain stuff. So that means I won't be able to drive through it. I'll have to drive around it every time. I could put it into grass, but we already have a grass field, which is more than enough that we need. So here. We're gonna go get some manure out of the cow pen, which is this door right here. Oop, that door over there, not this door. Oh. Okay, well, seems like we've already got manure, which is kind of a weird thing. Alright. Cows should be okay in there. So yeah, I think I'm going to lower the power. There we go. That'll work. Maybe a little. Whoa. Yep. Okay, so I'll have to hop out and walk over here. 62. Alright. Looks like we can bring one more. I kind of parked that truck in the wrong spot. I keep adjusting the speed because it's a little slow to go across here, but yet it's too fast to go. You know, it's kind of fast to go this direction. Rid of that. We might need a little, we might need to have a little bit more weight on the back of this thing. Yeah, we're going to be doing much with it. We're going to have weight on the back of it as well. It is dancing quite a bit on the rear, and this is just a little bit of. And I don't think this would be too much for a small tractor. Apparently so, though. Okay, so we're gonna have to take the weight off the big. What we're gonna have to do is gonna have to take the weight off the big tractor. Alright. There we go. Lock the rear wheels together so it'll work together. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take the weight off the big tractor. Put it on the little tractor here. Then I'm gonna have to get a bigger one for the big tractor so that it can have a heavier one from the, so that I can put a heavier one on it. So that it'll counterbalance the cedar. So I'm gonna probably do, yeah, I'll do that right now. Well, I'll get the weight on this thing so that way I can have that. Then we'll grab the big tractor, run and grab it a bigger weight. Let that running for a minute. Come over here. Up in this guy. We'll drop that guy forward. Let's pull it over here, up there. Back this guy back to here. We'll run and grab that a weight after we get done with the thing here. I know we only have one more scoop really to go over there, but it seems like to me that it kind of requires the weight no matter what it is. So since this is the last one we'll be taking over there, we'll close up the door. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. A lot better. It's not dancing quite as bad. It's not doing any kind of stuff. So, I think we're good. After this, we'll probably go... We'll at least start planting fields. I'll at least start planting fields, and then I'll probably continue doing them. Off camera. Like I said, I mean, I'm trying to kind of do a little here. think we're just going to call that good. Let me hop out and look. Bring in our handy. Yeah, that'll work. 2580 should be about 3,000. Yeah, it should be about the same as this one, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. I don't know if you can hear that tissing, that tinging or something in the but I'm sorry for that. See, yeah, that's what I was talking about with the grass. That's okay. That's alright. Wow, something over there is really does not like the frame. I'm going to let everybody know on my channel that I am working on trying to get a better recording rig, a better computer. It's probably not going to be too much better than what I've got, but at least maybe it in the lower settings like this, you won't see quite as much stammering and stuttering as I record everything. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go ahead and park this whole tractor in here. Whoops. Oh, I know what I need to do. Oh, and I haven't looked at a feed truck. I've looked at several feed trucks already. But I haven't found one that is going to be any... oh, wait a minute. Wait. No, I have. So I found this guy. I don't know if the $145,000 is worth the truck. But I have found a truck that we could probably just use a couple of times. In fact, we need to give our cows some straw. So why don't we just go ahead and rent this truck? We'll take a look at it. We'll see what we like about it. And then if it's good, then I'll shell out the money for it. But yeah, this is what I found for a feed truck. Let's see if I can crawl up here. I know this is not realistic, but it's about the only way that you're going to be able to get up and look in the inside. So this is what I found for the truck. I have to admit, it does not look too bad, actually. Functions pretty good. I haven't really put it to use just yet. This will be probably the first time we test it. So, alright, so let's... Nice. What's the interior like? Oh, this is nice. Looks like the gauges work. We've got what I'm guessing is like a weight system here. We've got our controls to here. It's automatic, of course. Yeah, overall it doesn't look too bad. Accelerate's nice. Got working mirrors, which is actually a plus when you actually play, when you're actually playing in cab, because then you can like okay, I've got to go back to the outside. Something's really driving. I mean, it could be the amount of vehicles that I have out. Turn signal? Ring signal. Now, my only problem with this truck, this is, even though it's small for a Kenworth, it's still pretty large for the farm. So I may end up just renting this truck anytime we need to do feed. Yeah, let's go this way. Go that direction. I may end up having to just rent this truck because this truck is fairly large. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is kind of a tight turn for this truck. I mean, it made it, but I mean, it's still pretty tight. So, and it's pretty high. I mean, it would just it just looks like it just barely fits inside, so. Don't want to fall in. Wow, that's kind of cool. And the fact that it stays on when the truck's with the truck running, that's nice. Alright, let's grab our little tractor. Let's grab a bale of straw, or a couple bales of straw, because it's the only thing we need really right now. Let's put this back. Let's grab the bale fork over here. And I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slow the engine on this guy down so that way we're not having to. I'll bring the transmission back up, but I'll bring the power down so that we don't have to fly everywhere. Okay, that might be too. Wrong way. Grab at least one more bale. Just get that one right there. There goes the bale stack. That's okay. That was probably going to be an inedible, whatever you want to call it. Nice. We do one more. That's 4. I think that's 8,000 already. What's our pin? 12,000. Yeah, let's do that. 'Cause that'll bump that up to 10,000. So. Let's park the tractor. Let's park the tractor now. open. Let's see, our discharge is on the left, so pull forward. And this is actually kind of the benefit of the reason why I want to find a feed truck instead of a feed trailer, is I can just back in like so. Or, oh wait, hold on. I forgot, I actually got to pull in. Same one that we took the manure out of, I got to pull into it in order to drop the straw off. Let's hope I can get through the muck. There we are. Alright. Shut down our truck. Shut down the truck. Pull it back out. Yeah, I don't know if I can quite... I don't know if I can quite calculate this truck as something that we would definitely get. Shut it down. But it's kind of one of those that it could be a good backup. But I think for right now, just the fact that have them come and pick it up. But I think for right now, I think it's a good one to take and borrow every once in a while, because the place already has one all the time. Excuse me. That came out of nowhere. But right now, what we need is we have a 700. I think we can easily do a 1,001 on this tractor. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have it delivered to the shop, or to the place. Wrong way. And that was the wrong way as well. Let's just go this way. When they deliver stuff, they deliver it right here in the middle of the road. Or in the middle of the first field right here. Oh yeah, I think that would definitely be weighted down enough. Now, I believe we could probably plant in field 5. I know I kept saying that the why am I running over that? I know I kept saying that field 5, the sawmill wanted us to plant. Oh yeah, that's much better. They wanted us to plant trees in it first. But the problem is, see, our trees over there in field 3 are just starting off their growth cycle. So we're not going to be able to... I could alternate plant, you know, I could plant trees in field 5 and just wait for them to grow separately from the others. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plant the next field. I'm going to plant all of the fields in, let's see. I think we're going to do wheat this time. We're going to plant all the fields in wheat this time. And so that way we can have a, because I'll tell you why. I'm thinking about purchasing the seed facility. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put the seed facility. But I'm going to purchase the seed facility so that way we can make our own seeds and not have to worry about we can be self-sustaining with our seeds instead of running out, having to purchase our seeds. Okay. Without having to purchase our seeds through something else. And that is really... You know what I think it is? I think the tractor lowers the... Well, I didn't notice that. Okay, then. The tractor might not be too big, not big enough for this. Well, it's not that it's not big enough. It's just, for some reason, it's lowering into the ground further than what I would think it should. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think the seeder is lowering far enough down that it's lifting the the rear tires off the ground, and that should not be. The seeder should just barely, basically, touch the ground, so that the tires of the tractor can actually pull. And actually, see, that's another physics with Giant that is like a real off-putter that they didn't. I don't think they really did a whole lot of homework or on-site work or on-site what am I trying to say? Oh, hands-on research with farming. Because see, with regular machines, and I don't know if it's really hard to do, but with like three-point hookup equipment like this, your tractor does not actually exert a actual force unless it absolutely has to be. Um, there's what's called on there a draft system, and what it does is it actually is kind of what it's kind of like what it is it's a pressure release valve. If you think of a hydraulic system as like a, what do I want to say? How do I want to explain this? Take a hydraulic system and think of it as like a pressure cooker. If anybody knows what a pressure cooker is, a pressure cooker has the ability to pressurize steam to cook meat a little bit, more tenderly, a little bit more quicker. It takes less time to, do a roast in a pressure cooker than it does to put that in a than to just do a roast in the oven. Okay. So think of the hydraulic system on a tractor kind of like that pressure cooker. If the pressure gets too great for a pressure cooker, it has a little thing on the top of it to allow steam to escape, so that way you're not turning it into a pressure bomb, basically. Okay. That is what the draft system on a tractor does. Is it allows for some pressure from the pump to be relieved, so that things like this seeder will actually float on the ground and only be pulled down by its tines and its own weight and its tines. So the tractor has no real pressure on the seeder, the seeder, other than it pulling it. Okay? Certain equipment do require a little bit more, there's a piece of equipment out there called a marker, and what a marker does is it marks small ditches, if you want to say. It marks like small ditches for like water to take and be able to run down. And the only reason why you would need just a tiny bit of downward force on it is the fact that, as you're marking, the ground can be kind of, hard and stuff. And the marker itself is so light that there's hardly any, it can hardly keep itself on the ground, basically. That is the only reason why that a marker would need any type of weight assistance from the tractor, is the fact that the marker is so light. Now, like I said, the seeder really, truthfully, would not need any downward force assistance from the hydraulics, because of the fact that it has its own way of being able to pull itself into the ground. Thus, the tines in the center of this. So, yeah, I know. Turning around with it down. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, so that would be the only reason why a marker piece of equipment would need any assistance from the tractor, as to where this seeder would not need any downward help with it. So, yeah. So I mean, that's just one of those gripes that or things that I have. That it's like, yeah, Giant did okay, but they didn't do 100%. And I know, you can't just, you're building a video game that, should release in, I don't know, when. You only have a certain amount of time to work on certain things, but the hydraulic system is one of the things that I kind of think should have actually conveyed just a tiny bit more attention to than, well, not necessarily it needs to have more attention than any other thing that Giant did for this game. But there are certain areas and certain things that, little details like the hydraulics that, could have used just a teensy-weensy bit more of attention to. And everything. But like I said, I'm not stating that it needed a lot more attention, over more other, more important things. Another area, while I'm on this track, now this is probably the last thing I actually talk about, is the tires. I mean, the generic tires are okay anymore, but really I would like to see a lot more, realistic physics for tires. I mean, we're in a position where, I mean, our technology anymore is in a position where, I mean, certain games that really don't really need to have that much attention to detail have more detail than simulators do. I mean, take for instance ATS, ETS, and I'm going to compare them to Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, the physics in I have to admit, yes, they are all two completely different games, ways to play. One's a simulator, and the other one's basically a game about thugs, about being a criminal. I understand that. But when you compare the actual physics of everything to each other, all four games that I just mentioned. Now keep in mind, we're doing GTA 4 and GTA 5 versus American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. Okay. Now the reason why I'm comparing these four games is the fact that all of them to this day, well, maybe not so much GTA 4, but GTA 5 definitely, they all have updates to them. GTA 5 is continuous, GTA Online anyway. But I think GTA 5, or the actual storyline, is kind of being kept going as well. Um, but um, but here's my thing. Both GTA 4 and GTA 5 have tire physics. Believe it or not, both games actually have tire physics. If you actually pay attention, not that you don't pay attention, but if you actually pay attention the next time you actually are driving in GTA 4 or GTA 5 or even GTA Online, watch the tires. Watch the tires as you go around the corner. You'll see that as you're going around that corner, your inner tires on the corner, you're going around the right-hand corner, so the right-hand side of the vehicle lifts up as you go around that corner. Now, if you watch the tire physics on that side of the car, you'll see that the tires will actually round out more as you go around the corner. And the same is, or the opposite is done for the left side of the tires. For the left side, the left tires on the car. As you go around that corner, and you watch those tires squat. They squash down. They really get to the point, okay, we are driving a crab. We're not driving a tractor, we're driving a crab. Okay. Very interesting physics. I wonder if I can find a mod that will recorrect these. That will recorrect this. If not, we'll probably look at a different scene. Because this is ridiculous. That is really absolutely ridiculous to have that tractor going full sideways that way. But anyway, so you watch the physics of those tires, and they actually contour to what's being done. Now, the bigger tires are kind of in GTA 5 are a little harder. They don't really do a whole lot. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of physics. But when you're actually watching the cars and the cars that you're driving across the different terrains and stuff and everything, if you watch the tires on those cars, you can see them kind of roll over. They roll over stuff. They bump over stuff. They squash down when you hit something really heavy and everything. So that's that. But now let's go to an actual simulator. Because see, GTA 5 and GTA 4 are not simulators. They're just they're a game about different things. But when you look at simulators such as American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator, you will see that some physics in those games got quite a bit of attention to, while others didn't get quite as much attention as they should. And see, for me, since both of these are actual simulators, wouldn't you, as a company, actually want to give your customers the best simulation experience that you possibly can? Because I'll take another game, for instance, Flight Simulator, and I will take and do in general Flight Simulator, because any other flight simulators, for their only purpose is to do Flight Simulator. But when you watch some of the airplanes and stuff that take off and land, that you can take off and land with, and you watch the tires. The tires are simulated. And it just kind of, it kind of boggles my mind that something like Euro Truck Simulator and, yeah, there's even this game, Farming Simulator, they don't have any of those physics. All they have is pretty much, you can't even call it a simulator because you can't even call these real simulators because they don't really simulate anything. Yes, you're a farmer. Yes, you're doing this. Yes, you are doing, you know, work and everything. But you're not, if you're not really simulating the physics of your game that well, how can you really call it a simulator? I mean, I've played, I haven't played the new one, the newest one of the Farming Simulator yet, so I can't talk about it. But what I can talk about is Farming Simulator 15 and Farming Simulator 13. These two games that I just mentioned I cannot classify them as an actual true simulator. They are a simulation of farming, but they are not a true simulator. They do not truly simulate farming. Because it's like right now, I should not be sliding sideways up this hill. I should just be dragging this straight up. But that's only because the tractor is lower. I think it's the tractor, not the machine itself. The tractor, and yes, okay, this is a modded tractor, but this should be in the base game no matter what, the base experience no matter what. The game should be simulating the hydraulic cylinders. So basically what it should be showing is that it's just dropping the seeder on the ground, and then the seeder itself is putting the actual seeder itself into the ground. The tractor is just there to guide the seeder. And as you can see, with the seeder actually forced onto the ground, it's lifting up the rear of the tractor, and the rear of the tractor has no physical control over the seeder. And that's not how it should be. And that's not how your physics work, or your tractors would work. Your tractor would be able to control the seeder. Your tractor should be able to control the seeder, is what I'm just saying. Anyway, having that right there, probably pushing it over my allotted time. So I think with this last pass, I'm going to say adios. That's Spanish for goodbye. No, I do not know much Spanish. I just know that. So anyway, I think I'm going to continue off camera doing the seeding. Turn that off for a minute. I'm going to continue off camera doing all the seeding. I'll get all the fields prepped and ready for next harvest. I don't think we have anything really to do. The cows look good. Wrong button. And sheep are good. We don't have any chickens, so we don't have to worry too much about that. let's look at our piggy wiggies. And we got 8 ready to go. We're at a productivity of 9. Oh, off camera, I'll put some straw. I forgot to put some straw in there. Off camera, I'll put some straw. You know what? I wonder if I can put that directly in. I'll figure that out later. You don't need to see me derp around to see if that works or not. But anyway, I'm gonna call it here. So anyway, with that, we're gonna call this an episode. Like I said, I'll get the fields, the rest of the fields, seeded, and I'll go through and fertilize them and everything. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and plant in field 5. We'll plant in field 1, since I didn't realize you can put those in field 1. But anyway, other than that, I think we're gonna be good. I'll probably roll time forward to the next harvest, and yeah. So I'm Hardtruck1. This is Farming Simulator 15. I almost said Farming Simulator 17. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Laters.